This is an RNZ podcast.
Hello, I'm Simon Morris, and welcome to this, the penultimate episode of At the Movies, the one where we try to sum up the whole year in less than half an hour. And next week we'll attempt something even more foolhardy. A look back on, can this be right? 24 years of At the Movies. What was it like back at the dawn of time? Did they even have sound back then? One thing that is different is the growing split between popular films and award-winning ones.
It's a frog marriage, and we're getting in an old ASAP.
That's a nice guy. Daniel, be a man and talk to me.
Very few Oscar winners this year made a dent at the box office. Even Cinderella story Anora, with its 5 Academy Awards, including Best Film, didn't make the top 100. Ditto the winning animated feature Flow, the controversial Emilia Perez, and the interminable Brutalist.
These are yours, yes?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Tell me, why is an accomplished foreign architect shoveling coal here in Philadelphia?
The only Oscar nominee to do any business at all was the one that went home empty-handed, the Bob Dylan biopic A Complete Unknown, starring Timothée Chalamet. Incidentally, most of these were terrific films. It just takes more than terrificness to get people to the cinema in 2025, it seems.
How about that Joan Baez, folks? Well, she's pretty. Sings pretty. Maybe a little too pretty.
Your songs are like an oil painting at the dentist's office.
You're kind of an asshole, Bob.
If you go...
So what did persuade people not to wait until it turned up on Netflix or whatever? Spectacles, certainly, but also that rather old-fashioned concept, family entertainment. The biggest films were all ones you took your kids to. Or more often, frankly, vice versa.
This place makes no sense. Let's do this.
They want me to fight the chicken?
The Minecraft movie, Lilo and Stitch, and How to Train Your Dragon. None of them felt like Mum and Dad's idea. They were pestered to go by the small fry in astonishingly huge numbers. You have to go down the top 20 a fair bit to find something for slightly older audiences. Superman, Mission Impossible, and one for the petrol heads, F1.
Did you win something? There's 20 other drivers still out on that track. Do you think any of them respect us?
These days, American movies pay close attention to overseas markets. F1, for instance, did better there than at home. But would a film called Captain America, say, do well in Asia? Interestingly, this year the opposite didn't apply. The world's biggest grossing film had no need for a Western audience. A Chinese animated spectacular called Ne Zha 2.
I am Neja, the third principal.
Look at him! He's all about righteousness.
I slay the demons. I'll write and rhyme untold. Still busy eating? I'm here to subdue you.
The sequel to Ne Zha 1, presumably, grossed almost twice the take of the mighty Minecraft movie, despite a plot that's even more impenetrable to the uninitiated. After a great catastrophe, we're told, the souls of Ne Zha and Ao Bing are saved, but their bodies face ruin. Tai Yi Zhenren must summon the 7-coloured lotus to change their fate. All right then. Meanwhile, away from the tyranny of the world's box office, what else was going on?
Listen.
Some people believe the spirit stays in the body for months after death. It's working! We can bring her back.
Well, one thing for sure, there was a lot of horror going on. At the low end, you'd find B-movie fare like Bring Her Back and I Know What You Did Last Summer. At the high end, Robert Eggers' take on the classic vampire tale Nosferatu and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
If you are not to abort me, love,
You'll indulge in rage.
Frankenstein went back to Mary Shelley's original rather than the familiar movie Torches and Pitchforks version. This time, Jacob Elordi's monster not only talked, he never seemed to shut up. But the year's best received horror film started from scratch. Sinners.
There are legends of people with the gift of making music so true. It can conjure spirits from the past and the future. This gift can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me? Ryan Coogler's Sinners was a deep dive into the legendary Deep South of the 20s. It's the birth of the blues, where you could sell your soul to the devil at the crossroads in exchange for a couple of hot guitar licks. Well, this time demons attack a juke joint full of blues fans and no one knows who'll get out alive. I loved it. But there were good straight thrillers on offer this year too.
What is that?
It's a hearing-assisted device for the deaf.
The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 prohibits relay operators from disclosing the content of any relayed conversation.
The person who's called you will type their conversation and I'll read it to you.
The ingenious relay saw technology designed for the deaf community used to outflank evil hackers. That was a winner, as was Night Always Comes, which saw Vanessa Kirby given one night to raise some money or lose everything. Like so many sharp, well-plotted films this year, that went straight to one of the streaming services.
You don't know what you're doing. There's no way out.
You may not sit there alive!
You think I'm trash? You don't get to touch me, do you understand?
You're crazy.
But the reason people like Vanessa Kirby get to make tight little thrillers like Night Always Comes is they've got a big significant payday coming. In her case, yet another Fantastic Four.
We will protect you.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. We'll face it together. As a family.
Why the Fantastic Four First Steps succeeded where its movie predecessors failed is a bit of a mystery. Interestingly, despite the subtitle First Steps, they didn't bother with the usual origin story. In fact, origin stories were out this year.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me and doing good.
James Gunn's much-anticipated Superman also began on Chapter 2. Superman and Lois Lane are together from the start, as is growing resentment from the general public. Usually that takes a whole movie to build up. And most of the publicity for Superman was going to director James Gunn rather than the nominal stars. Stars were another thing on the way out this year.
When the need for certainty is absolute and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning was considered to be a bit of a disappointment. Brad Pitt played second fiddle to the Formula One cars in F1. One of the few universally acclaimed A-listers was Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
Leo certainly led a pretty stellar cast in One Battle After Another, incidentally one of my top 3 films of the year. But the most valuable player, without a doubt, was writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson with his best film in living memory. Actually, one more star had a better-than-average year in 2025.
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less? He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Scarlett Johansson not only helped rebirth Jurassic World, joining Superman and the Fantastic Four as this year's successful franchise revivals. She also began a new career as a director, with the well-received Eleanor the Great, starring the indomitable June Squibb.
I'm 94 years old, and I'm moving to Manhattan for the first time today.
I live in Staten.
My condolences. What am I going to do here all day alone?
I signed you up for a class at JCC.
I judged the morgue prematurely. I can see that now.
June Squibb wasn't the only golden oldie this year. Veteran blues legend, 89-year-old Buddy Guy provided Sinners with its unexpected punchline, while one of the highlights of the French Film Festival was the geriatric romantic triangle Riviera Revenge.
Je crois que t'es dans la merde.
Je te préviens, ça va être un carnage.
Tu vas le tuer?
Non, juste remettre des idées en place.
Vous vous calmez maintenant, oui.
Lâchez-le, vous allez lui faire mal.
Annie?
Oui.
C'est incroyable, t'as pas changé.
In fact, this proved to be a golden year for French middlebrow cinema, particularly comedies including How to Make a Million and A Little Something Extra, as well as old-school swashbucklers like The Count of Monte Cristo. The French remain determined to make good, entertaining films, unlike Hollywood, which seems to ask us to pick one, good or entertaining.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
I need a bathroom.
I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business. Oh, I'm going to ruin another suit.
In fact, subtitles or not, French comedies often left their American rivals flat-footed with endless revivals of past glories. The Naked Gun, Happy Gilmore and Spinal Tap. And that's just the comedies.
We're on the brink of war.
I can't trust anyone.
Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
A new Captain America finally kicked off 6 years after he was given the shield. Bridget Jones was back 9 years on, 28 years later, despite the name had only been away 18 years, while the last Spinal Tap was 40 years ago and should have stayed there maybe.
Waiting on a wish, holding out for someday, hoping somehow, some way, there comes a miracle.
Find Snow White.
The longest pause between drinks, though, was the 90 years between Disney's greatest hit, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and its dismal reboot. Yet, despite the universal abuse visited on the film via the internet, Snow White still whistled up over $200 million at the box office.
As teenagers, we have no power. But as adults, we can break our parents up for good. All you have to do is reunite her with her first love.
Everyone knows Hollywood loves a comeback. That's Lindsay Lohan and last year's comeback queen Jamie Lee Curtis in Freakier Friday. 80s femme fatale Sharon Stone had over-the-top fun as the villain in Nobody 2, and the ultimate Baywatch babe Pamela Anderson pulled out all the stops playing The Last Showgirl.
Feeling seen, feeling beautiful, that is powerful. And I can't imagine my life without it.
It was a good year for good parts for women. Firebrand, the story of the one wife of Henry VIII to survive, proved she was more influential than the other 5 combined. Widow Clicquot showed what it took for a woman to run a business in Napoleonic France. And in New Zealand, a woman led our biggest hit for years, Tina.
I'm starting a school choir.
You want to rub your hands together like this?
You can tell me what choir's about.
Singing?
Yeah.
Patia! Patia! Tosova! Okay, that's a work in progress.
Cheesy to the max, Tina proved that's just how we liked it. It also told a popular story this year. We couldn't get enough inspiring teachers on our screen, including Spain's The Teacher Who Promised the Sea, and Steve Coogan needing help in Argentina under the military junta with The Penguin Lessons. My favourite, and another of my top 3 this year, was Steve, starring Cillian Murphy.
These are extraordinarily complex young people.
Please tell me you know it's not all right to be out here at, like, breakfast time getting fully baked.
Steve, you dick. This is the thing, you can't just casually call me a dick.
Despite barely getting a release here, Steve makes it for one spectacular shot inside and outside the school, followed by the year's best ending. So, teachers definitely this year. And curiously, romance, albeit occasionally dark and doomed romance.
Everybody seems to think
We hate each other? I suppose sometimes I do hate you. Sporadic hatred.
It's infused with tarragon and adds a bit of bitterness.
Ivy likes to leave a little bit of herself in everything she does.
That's The Roses, originally a black as pitch 80s comedy that, to my surprise, worked even better in the remake. It was funnier, it was a little lighter to its advantage, and it reminded us why we've heard of Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. But the best take on the whole idea of romance was Celine Song's Materialists.
If the girl asks for a tall drink of water with a salary over 500 grand,
Always Mr. Right.
you deliver.
You're the matchmaker.
You want a drink?
Sure. Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal and Dakota Johnson as the matchmaker caught in her own trap. Materialist says top 3 for sure, maybe even higher. I was surprised that this year the whole Me Too movement wasn't better represented. There were a few half-hearted attempts, but the one true winner was first-time writer, director and star Eve Victor's marvellous Sorry Baby.
I know this is hard to talk about.
It doesn't feel that you know that. We know what you're going through. We are women. What?
No fingers wagged, no easy lessons learned. Instead, Sorry Baby uses comedy and heart to make its points and make them stick. Another top 3 winner, I think. How many is that now?
This is a highly unorthodox career move.
But that's the point. He's channeling something deeply personal. But in this office, my office, we believe in Bruce Springsteen.
Music featured this year with the usual clash between accuracy and a satisfying story. I thought Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown came out rather better than Bruce Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. But the year's best musical comedy was entirely fictional, The Ballad of Wallace Island.
So, what's happened with you and Nell Mortimer? When was the last time you played together?
I'm quite a private person, to be honest.
I know you are. But go on, what happened?
Do you invite Nell?
Yeah, she's with Michael.
Who's Michael?
Her husband.
Oh, shit.
In a good way, or?
You knew I was coming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Originally an amusing short, it shouldn't have worked as well as it did as a full-blown feature. It was funny and sweet, and it had a valuable lesson for fans who demand their favourite bands return, just as they remember them. And of course, that's not just true of bands.
This is the site of Spinal Tap's reunion concert.
Why New Orleans?
There was a cancellation.
Who was supposed to be there?
An evening with Stormy Daniels.
Oh.
Obviously, there'll be the regular merch.
Yes.
And Hope has had a rather brilliant idea.
Tap water.
It says artisan.
It's just tap water.
It's tap water.
As always, be careful what you wish for. If 2025 had any lessons for filmmakers, it may very well be ignore the experts no matter how well-meaning. Make the movie you want to see, then at least someone will be happy. Some strong political films came out this year, despite the received wisdom that there's no market for them.
Não precisa sorrir.
Por que não?
O editor pediu uma foto menos feliz.
Ah, ele quer triste.
Nós vamos sorrir. Sorriam.
I'm Still Here from Brazil, the brilliant seed of the sacred fig from Iran, The Correspondent, the true story of an Australian journalist imprisoned in Egypt, and of course Conclave, Politics in the Vatican. One I enjoyed immensely was September 5, how the terrorist invasion of the Olympics reached the world screens.
There's a hostage situation going on right now in the Olympic Village.
ABC wants news to take over.
Your sports, you're in way over your head.
400 yards away from where this is happening.
We are the only people capable of following it live. This is our story, and we're keeping it.
But a movie year isn't just big themes and box office winners and losers. It's always about people, particularly appealing performances. Let's look at my 3 new faces of 2025.
I befriended a stranger on the internet so that I could feel like I had like a family.
Calm down and breathe.
I do not need to breathe. What I need is a dad.
That's Barbie Ferreira, who dominated a little film called Bob Trevino Likes It, about a young woman so let down by her father she chooses a new one. I also wholeheartedly support the kid in One Battle After Another, purely because of her name, which is Chase Infinity. You go, girl. Last and by no means least, may I recommend Naomi Watts' co-star in The Friend, an extremely expressive Great Dane called Bing.
You okay, bud? I could feel him missing Walter in the same way I did.
The dog provides essential emotional support.
I guess I saw it the other way around, like I'm the emotional support human and it's the dog that can't cope. What?
Well done, Barbie, Chase and Bing. But of course, the movie business isn't just about quality. Above all, it rewards hard work. More to the point, regular work. That's right, it's time for the annual Cate Blanchett They're in Everything Award.
I would do anything for you.
Would you?
Yes.
If a situation presents itself, would you choose your marriage over everything else?
My devotion to my marriage is my professional weakness. Love you.
Well, Cate herself has slowed down over the years. This year she only made 4 appearances, including the fair to middling Black Bag. But many others have stepped up. New Zealand's Rachel House also in 4 movies, Dame Helen Mirren in 5, Jamie Lee Curtis in 6. But the big winner, surprisingly, is outsider Margaret Qualley with an impressive 7 appearances, including Blue Moon.
I think she recognizes she's being adored by one of the great appreciators of beauty.
There's no way around that one, is there? When the girl loves the guy with all of her heart and he just doesn't return her feeling? Do you have any idea what that feels like?
Actually, this year the men outstripped the women for a change. Coleman Domingo and Pedro Pascal also scored 7 films, as did Idris Elba, including a turn as Satan in a Simpsons episode. But the winner with 8, a man who clearly can't turn anything down, including body horror film Together, is Dave Franco.
But imagine what you're about to do actually happening and tell me that's not gonna make things way worse.
Whiskey for the pain. And as soon as we're separated, I'll sprint for the first aid kit. We have bandages, disinfectant, everything we need.
Oh, you're right-handed. Oh, God.
As proof of the lengths, Dave Franco will go for a coveted Cate Blanchett. His latest TV series is called Crapopolis. Say no more, Dave. Which brings this show to a close and almost the entire series. Next week, join me as I look back on a quarter of a century of screen gems, rough diamonds, lucky breaks and missed opportunities. I'm Simon Morris and I hope you'll join me for the final ever At the Movies, same time next week.